The drift markets of Ratho's station were where debts went to die. Captain Elias Wren, a human trader with more scars than luck, stood across from Vorik, a reptilian warlord known for collecting both credits and corpses. "You owe me 12,000 units, Wren," Vorik hissed. "You pay now, or you pay with flesh." Elias kept his tone calm, though his pulse thudded in his throat. "You'll get your money. Just give me time." Vorik grinned, revealing teeth like glass. "You ran out of that weeks ago." He motioned to his guards. A small, shivering figure was dragged forward, a young alien woman cloaked in rough cloth, wrists chained, her face hidden. "Take her. Royal bred from the Serathian cluster. Worth 10 times your debt." Elias blinked. "You're offering me a slave?" Vorik leaned close. "Think of it as collateral. Or pleasure. Or both." The woman flinched as the warlord shoved her toward him. Elias caught her before she fell. Her skin was faintly luminous, pale silver blue, and when her hood slipped, he saw eyes unlike anything he'd ever seen. Molten gold, burning with defiance, not fear. He hated himself for it, but he nodded. "Fine. Debt settled." As he led her away, Vorik called after him, laughing. "Careful, human. That one bites." Elias didn't look back. He didn't know it yet, but that moment, the weight of her trembling hand in his, would rewrite the history of 3 worlds. Back aboard his ship, the Aster Vale, the girl sat in silence, wrapped in an old blanket. She refused food, refused water, refused to speak. Elias sighed, rubbing his temples. "Listen, kid. I didn't ask for this either. You're free now. No one owns you." She glanced up sharply. "No one is free on Radhos," she said, her voice calm but edged. He blinked. "So you do talk." Her gaze softened slightly. "What do you want from me?" "Nothing. Just don't starve." Later, when she finally ate, he noticed something strange. Etched beneath the grime on her collarbone was a faint sigil, a circular mark glowing faintly when the cabin lights dimmed. He scanned it discreetly. The translator flickered, then displayed a single word: Royal Seal, Serathian bloodline. His stomach turned cold. He found her staring out the viewport, watching stars drift past. "Who are you really?" he asked. She didn't answer, but the sadness in her eyes told him enough. He whispered to himself, "What the hell have I just bought?" The answer came faster than he wanted. Within a day, his long-range scanner lit up with red alerts, unidentified cruisers trailing them. Elias cursed. Vorik's people. The woman, she'd told him her name was Arya, watched quietly. "They're not just slavers," she said. "They're hunters. They want what's in my blood." He turned sharply. "What is in your blood?" She hesitated. Then, almost too quietly, "A code left by my mother before the fall of the Serathian Empire. It said to unlock something my people hid long ago." He frowned. "You mean a treasure?" Her golden eyes met his. "A weapon, or a salvation. Depends who finds it first." The ship shuddered under incoming fire. Elias gritted his teeth. "Guess they're not big on waiting." He dove into evasive maneuvers, engines screaming, weaving through debris fields. Blaster fire tore across the hull, lighting the cockpit in crimson bursts. Arya closed her eyes, whispering something in her language. The ship's systems suddenly stabilized, engines burning hotter, faster. He glanced at her. "What did you just do?" She looked faintly dazed. "My blood, it speaks to machines." Elias exhaled. "Remind me never to piss you off." They escaped into the shadow of a derelict moon, powering down to hide. In the stillness, Elias finally asked, "If you're royal, why didn't you tell me?" Arya smiled faintly. "Would you have believed me? Or sold me back for a higher price?" He looked away. "I've done a lot of ugly things. But not that." She studied him quietly. "Then maybe you're rarer than most humans." He leaned back against the bulkhead. So what happens now? Her eyes glowed faintly as she traced the sigil on her skin. The code isn't complete. It needs a key, something hidden in human genetic structure. He blinked. Human? She nodded. Our ancestors mixed with yours long ago. My mother said the day would come when human and Serathian blood would meet again and the stars would change. Before he could reply, the console blared a proximity warning. Another ship had found them. Arya turned, her expression fierce. Then the stars are about to change tonight. The enemy cruiser loomed outside, weapons hot. Elias powered up the ship, but Arya stopped him. No more running. She stepped to the center of the cabin, eyes glowing bright gold. Her mark blazed across her skin, spilling light through the ship. What are you doing? Elias shouted. Ending this, she said softly. The air hummed. Energy surged through every circuit, every plate, every bolt. The Aster Veil wasn't just flying anymore. It was alive. Outside, the cruiser's systems flickered, its engines failing one by one. Through the static, Elias heard Arya's whisper. The Serathian royal bloodline carried a failsafe. I am that failsafe. The enemy ship imploded, silent, clean. Arya collapsed, breathing hard. Elias caught her, his heart hammering. She looked up at him weakly. Now you know what I am. He smiled faintly. Yeah, royal pain in the ass. She laughed softly, a sound brighter than the stars. Later, when the galaxy learned that the last Serathian heir had chosen a human as her protector, chaos followed. But Elias didn't care about thrones or empires. He only cared about the strange, luminous woman who'd turned a slave's bargain into a legend.